So how can you tell if a relation is a function? There are numerous ways of telling if a relation is a function, depending on the way the relation is displayed. There are numerous ways that the relation can be displayed. It can be displayed as a table of values, as an ordered pair, or as a graph. If a relation is displayed through a graph, you can use the vertical line test to verify if it is a function. So that's a particular test which is used to verify if a graph is a function. If a vertical line drawn through a function, so this is the vertical line test. If a vertical line drawn through a function intersects the relation at exactly one point, then the relation is a function. Conversely, if a vertical line intersects the relation at two or more points, then the relation is not a function. So if it intersects the function if it intersects the relation at one point only, it's a function. But if it intersects the relation at two or more points, the relation is not a function. Over here you see we have the graph of a function, and we will do the vertical line test through it now. So to do the vertical line test, you simply draw numerous vertical lines through it. And then we analyze. So this is known as the vertical line test. Vertical line test. So we analyze the vertical lines going through the function. This is the function. This is the relation. We don't know if it's a function yet. Sorry. So this is the relation. We don't know if it's a function yet. So we draw vertical lines through it. And then we see how many, if it intersects it at one point for each vertical line, or two or more points. So the above relation is a function because every vertical line drawn through it intersects it at exactly one point. So as you can see, this line intersects here, 1 point. This line intersects here, 1 point of intersection. This line intersects here, 1 point of intersection for this relation. So therefore this is a function. No vertical line can be drawn through more than one. No vertical line can be drawn through more than 1 point on the relation. So you can't draw any vertical line such that it intersects at two or more points on the relation. If you could do that, then it would be a relation, not a function. Because you can't draw such a vertical line such that it intersects at two or more points on the relation, it is a function because of that. So this is a function. Function. So it passes the vertical line test. Here we have, as you can see, we have another graph, and we're going to run the vertical line test on this graph to see if it touches the graph at more than 1 point. If it touches the graph at more than 1 point, it's not a function. If each vertical line touches the graph at only 1 point, then it is a function. So let's run this vertical line test by drawing a few vertical lines through the graph. we've drawn our vertical lines through the graph, and we can see that the vertical lines touch the graph at more than one point in various places. Here, this vertical line touches the graph at 3, -3 and at 3, 3. Also, this vertical line touches the graph at this point and at this point. So we can see vertical lines touch the graph at more than one point. So we can see from this line, from this graph, that the vertical lines touch the graph, touch the relation. We should say relation, not the graph. So we can see that, so because of that, the graph above is not a function because the vertical line drawn through it intersects it at more than one point. This vertical line drawn through it intersects it at 3, 3 and at 3, -3. Similarly, this vertical line drawn through it intersects it at this point and at this point. Therefore, at least one independent variable corresponds with more than one dependent variable. This independent variable of 3 corresponds with the dependent variables of 3 and -3. So not just 1, not just 3, or not just -3. Not just one dependent variable. It corresponds with 2 dependent variables. As a result, it is not a function. So this is not a function. Not a function. Be sure to visit our YouTube channel, MyMathEducator, for great videos. And like and subscribe for more great math videos. Also, visit our website, www.mymatheducator.com, where you'll be able to access our paid text lessons for a fee of $29.99 a year. If you want the same lessons in video format for free, covering the exact same content, head over to our YouTube channel, MyMathEducator. And now, feel free to click on the element on the screen to access the full-length lesson of the topic we just covered. Lesson 1, Functions, Domain, and Range. Alternatively, click on the playlist for the Grade 11 Functions course playlist. Happy studying!